Trevor, what's going on, my bro? What are we talking about today?
You know, everyone's talking about like the 4-day work week, and everyone's talking about like how you can limit times. You know what I realized the other day? I was like, I feel like whoever invented companies and like working and shit, they tricked every single one of us. Why do we act like the weekend is like different days to the weekdays? Who tricked us into this bullshit? Can somebody tell me that? Because then there's like, yeah, there's two. There's only two on the weekend. Then we work on, because that's the weekday. Who said that? How did we accept this as a trick?
Yeah, that's why I am self-employed because, yeah, I mean, like, who came up with that? Even further, like, who came up with the arbitrary time that the workday has to start at 9 a.m., and create all this rush hour? If there wasn't some arbitrary set time that this workday, has to start, then, at least rush hour wouldn't exist. If anybody could just start their normal workday at any time and not be judged as like, what the heck kind of company do you work for? Then, yeah, I think I would have been more accepting if this was like a trick or proposal like, at the time it was going down. Like, I don't know. I definitely feel like I would have negotiated for some extra perks or benefits if we were going to go on this 5-day work week.
And then we're like, yeah, there's only two of them. Thanks for trying, companies. There's only two of them. If there were more days that they could give us. But weekend only has 2 days. Who made that rule? How did they trick us? Why do we not work the 2 or 3 days and then be like the weekend is 4 days? Because who could tell me that a weekend is long enough?
And speaking of the weekend, I mean, this is going to make me sound dumb, but like when I first heard The Weeknd, I was just like, man, why does he call himself The Weeknd? And then like I heard his music and I was like, damn. Like, and I got it. I was like, dang, everybody loves who doesn't love The Weeknd? Like, so I don't know. It's just a side note, but continue.
Technically, the weekend, you need 4 days for a weekend. You need 1 day to party, 1 day to recover, 1 day to chill, and then 1 day to prepare for work. I think that's fair. And then 3 days, we work our asses off. Then we go back to the 4 days. I mean, this is just me, and these are my opinions.
That's why I live by the the great Childish Gambino line when he says, I never have a weekday. My life's a long weekend. So.
Then they're like, people who own companies are like, we would love to, but there's only two. There's only two of them. We would give you more if there were more, but there are only two of them.
And that's how we started working part-time jobs, right?
3-day week. Why are we negotiating for a 4-day week like it's a nice thing? 3-day week, people. Then they'd be like, but the economy is a made-up thing.
Exactly. I mean, made up, I don't know if that would be the word I would use, but the economy, the concept of an economy is a man-made concept. So in essence, man is in control of how we perceive the state of the economy. So when I hear like, oh, the economy is down, we're just like, the economy is struggling and stuff like that. All I'm hearing is just like, hey, like we're just better at being frugal this year. Like, that's awesome. That's not a bad thing. Like, I don't know. We shouldn't accept that we just constantly have to be spending and buying and blah, 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 like. But the irony is, Trevor, like, if there was companies like this that like weren't part-time job company, but like, like the office job where, yeah, you get this job, you only work 3 days, you get paid bank. The irony to me is I know that there's going to be the people among us who get that job and they're like, oh, I got the job. And it's like the people who don't have that job are like, yeah, that's awesome, man. We should celebrate. Like, let's go party. And so they do. And then what happens? Shit, I woke up too late. This is like, and then they get fired. Like, that's ultimately just, I don't know. I'm just saying that because part of me is just like, I don't know. I think companies are like, maybe we should try this out. And then they tried it out. They're just like, what? No, let's set a standard. Let's set a metric for people to follow. Let's give them options. If they can't follow this full-time job, then we'll give them other full-time jobs. If they can't do the full-time 5-day work week, then they can do the part-time job. You know, like, but then it's like, if they do, that's the thing. It's like, especially when we're going after a career or a job, or we're just at that moment in life where we just finished high school. We're like, what are we going to do for the rest of our lives? This is like, we got to think about that. Like, how do I want to spend every week of my adult and, you know, like my senior life before I die? Like, do I want to be behind a desk for 5 days? Do I want to be behind a desk for like 3 days and then like working on a McDonald's line for like 1? And then like, you know, I get free Big Macs and I have enough money and time to like chill and relax. It's just like, that's what we as workers in America should be thinking about, I think, right? Like, I mean, again, that's why when I thought about that, it's just like the prerequisites of what I was looking for in the jobs that were out there. I mean, clearly they just clashed. You know, technically every day, you know, everything I do, I'm working something. But I don't know, man. Like I've done the full-time job, I've done the office job, I've done the full-time, you know, service industry job, and then I did the part-time service industry job. And as far as this weekends, you know, yeah, it's just a term. And I don't know, Trevor, if you've ever worked in the service industry, but you ask a service industry person like, oh, when's your workend? Like, when's your weekend? They're like, Tuesdays and Wednesdays. It's like, oh shit, mine's Thursday and Tuesday. You know, so just as far as just your definition, it's already been applied. It's in it. It's full effect. So, but yeah, I mean, if I may, and I don't know if you saw the video that I, you know, if I may recall the chat from our video last time, but again, like you said, it's a matter of like when or why or how did we, the people of America, just accept like these like man-made, like unwritten laws that we just blindly follow. Like you said, you know, like, and if I may just get serious and start just talking about the state of this nation and why we're here, and go back to our chat before and just bring up, like, you know, when was a time when, like, you know, it was just like fixable. You remember that? Like, you remember that? Do you want to have that chat?
Oh shit, the cops are coming for me already.
Well, if I didn't hear the siren, I would have to say that you were trying to dodge this talk. But hey, just remember, don't panic, don't run, don't resist. Just be your white self. And if you find it in handcuffs, call me, bro. I got you. I'll come bail you out.